A woman ripped out my cochlear implant and broke it when she thought I was ignoring her at the grocery store. I grabbed my ear and screamed as all I could hear was a ringing echo. Apparently I screamed really loudly as everyone started staring at me, and my parents came running. I looked over and saw the same woman standing above me, and staring in horror. I was so confused as to what had just happened. My dad tried to reattach the implant behind my ear, but it just wasn't working. Thankfully, the pain wore off as soon as my ear adjusted, and I saw my mom freaking out at the lady, who had her hands up defensively. A worker came over and tried to separate them. Eventually security came over and escorted the woman away. My mom signed to me that we were going home and that dad was going to stay behind and deal with something. It wasn't until we got home that my mom explained to me that apparently the woman was asking me over and over again to move my card out of her way, and thought I was ignoring her, so she ripped out my implant, thinking they were earbuds, and threw them on the ground. She rolled her eyes and told me that that was the lady's story anyway, and didn't believe she only threw the implant onto the ground as they were smashed and unusable now. That's why my dad had stayed behind, to wait for the cops, since the lady refused to accept responsibility or give her name to them, as my parents were going to make sure she either paid to fix them or get me a replacement. My dad arrived home about an hour later saying everything would be fine, as the cops got her information and told us to go through our